Welcome to Bards and Nobles. This
In
is
the pit.
In the Pit. This is In the Pits. This is actually episode 2 of our new Shadow of the Pit Lords campaign, and I am Brian, the Game Master. And tonight I'm joined by
Aaron Williams playing Daggerclaw.
Andrew Danon playing Wraith.
no, wrong way.
Anthony Boyd playing Larry O'Houlihan.
Charles Nelson playing Necros.
And Trey O'Neill playing Jane Tillman.
All right, and who is going to recap for us tonight?
I will. So we all woke up in the middle of a sewer. And once we woke up, we found these two people. And they were very unkind, and they left us in the sewer to be lost. So we had to team up together, become best friends, and work our way out of the sewer. So that's exactly what we did. And now we worked our way through, and now we're at the exit of the sewer. And Ralph is the first one who got a peek. And when he looked out the sewer, he saw what looked like a gang war happening. And so that's where we're at right now.
Okay, so Ralph is at the top of the ladder. Is anyone else on the ladder? It could fit 2 more people on it.
We're an accommodating ladder.
Is the ladder made of iron?
Yes.
It's 3 people wide. Also, there's a room to the side full of guns. I grabbed 6.
I am not on this ladder. I'm staring at it.
I'll be on it.
I'll be right behind you.
I'll be on it.
Okay. Okay. So Ralph, his head is fully out of the manhole that he was forced open. And he's like,
gaping, if you will.
and he looks down.
I won't.
He's like, it's pretty crazy up here, guys. But I think we found it. I think we found a way out. And he just starts climbing up. Who's standing on the ground still? I heard Jane is.
Jane's on the ground, yeah.
Who
Larry's
else?
Larry's on the ground.
All right, Jane and
I'm also on the
Larry,
ground.
off in the distance from the tunnel that you guys came from, you see it before you hear it, but there's just this gout of blue flame that engulfs part of the tunnel coming out from another just offshoot tunnel. And then you hear the whoosh that accompanies it, followed by screams of hundreds of dying little critters in their death rattle. And then the fire goes away really quickly. As you look up, you see Ralph's feet disappear into the street. What are you guys doing?
I scramble up the ladder behind him.
Okay. Yeah, you jump out and you're just like in the middle of this melee. So it's 2 of you out of the sewer. Who else is still down there?
I go out as well.
Okay. You just scramble up. So we've got Wraith's Whisper, we've got Larry, and we've got Jane just standing around looking at this ladder. And then this something coming from the tunnel from behind you. There's only been 1 gout of flame so far, but the screams have died down at this point. What are you guys doing?
That's good. I'm gonna make my way up to the street as well.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to be in the sewer anymore. Sewers are not great places to be.
But I assume we hear the magical quote unquote shots up top. We hear the chaos.
You hear the melee going on up there.
Oh shit. I touch the ladder and it burns. I'm like, then I look back at where the flames came from. It's like, just like nervously twitching. It's like, fuck. And I just climb the ladder. I was
Okay. Yeah, each pane just like searing into your hand, or each rung searing pain into your hand as you climb up. Jane, alone down there, you see another blast of flame. This one a little closer. This one a little more intense. This one green in tint. And again, more screams and yells of something being just engulfed by it.
I weigh out my options. I gather myself, and I go, okay. Things got weird last time this happened, but I don't have any other choice. And I start climbing the ladder, and the first hand, it's totally normal.
Shoot.
As I bring up the second hand, it's a clunk of like wood against metal.
Ooh.
And then it's dark and I can't see, so I just keep I trying to get away from the flames. I keep moving up and moving up and moving up, and as I make my way to the surface, I look down at my hands and they look like twisted branches to me.
Okay.
You're a snowman. Congrats.
It's the only part I can see of myself, but I'm some sort of, I don't know. I'm just staring at my hands just blankly.
Okay. So what does everyone around you see? Because you guys have all climbed out, and there's like all around you in this one open street. There's like figures of all shapes and sizes just in the middle of a fight. Some people are like slamming fists into each other. There's clashings of swords and axes and halberds. And it's not just melee, but there's like magical combat too. So there's like zips of like fire bolts flying overhead and shards of ice being shot across and bouncing off walls. And like as you look around, it's kind of hard to gain any semblance of like a baseline, because it's like not like there's these horned demonic things that are fighting, but there's also like these armored celestial or divine looking figures, and there's like different animal type hybridized humans and other humanoids that have oddly familiar like pointed ears, but also like these really weird alien twists and turns to their bodies. And it's not like the weird things are fighting the pretty things, it's just everything's fighting each other. But
it's just the purple suits and like the monk people, right?
Yeah, that's you start to piece together. It's like okay, these guys over here in this little group are like, they've got these suits on. Regardless of how they look, they're sticking together. These guys over here, they're all wielding chains, and these guys over here, they're all shooting fire out. And as you kind of look around, no one seems to have taken note. For some reason, no one's taken notice of this manhole that you guys have just climbed out of. And you look over, and Ralph, he's just like wide-eyed and slack-jawed and kind of getting giddy. And then you look over and you see Jane just looking down at her hands. And what does everyone see?
So I'm wearing like long sleeves, and so really the only thing that's out of my hands, and then my head's uncovered. So they see me staring down at my like twisted, like gnarled branch hands, and then my face is like a polished black wood that, if there's enough light, it seems to reflect, and you can almost see your own face in it.
Ooh.
And so I start to kind of look up at them to see if they're looking at me, and I look back down at my hands, and I just I freeze up and I stand there.
All right, what are you guys doing?
I'm looking back and forth, like darting, like, ha! Like, I see the wood creature came up behind me, I'm like, ah! And I assume that it is what was causing the fire down below. And then I look at the street.
Just so you know, it's dressed exactly like Jane.
What have you done with Jane?
Just to be clear.
Jane!
But Larry's like, oh shit. He's like, you get in that wrong neighborhood and you're reaching for your car door locks, but you're not in a car.
Roll them up, kids.
Do I see any, is there like any like a dead person fell and dropped their stuff? Is there anything I could grab for my personal protection around me?
Oh, not yet. You look over as you're scrambling to find something, You don't see any dead people that have fallen, but you see one that is falling through the air towards you, coming from the direction of this two-headed ogre who's just swinging this massive ice stone club, and he's like, and he basically like batted this like white-haired, blue-skinned figure who's flying through the air, coming right at you guys. I need all of you to roll an agility challenge. As he's just like twisting through the air, he just got knocked away as this ogre is just like tearing through a group of people.
I failed.
10 is success.
All right. So I've got
that was a question.
what?
10 is success.
Yeah, 10 and up is a success.
Okay.
All right. So Dagger Claw fail.
Yep.
Oh, I failed.
Fail. Ooh.
Well, Wraith's Whisper failed.
Yeah, failed hard.
Larry succeeded.
Okay. Necros.
I succeeded.
Okay. Yeah, Larry, literally you watch it as it just flies right overhead, and this body just like boom takes out Necros and Daggerclaw, and it just lands in your hands, the two of you, and knocks you down, knocking the wind out of you as you like kind of fall back on the cobblestone. He like gets up, he wipes some blue blood off of his lip, and he's like, "Oh, thanks!" And he like runs off, and like he grabs his club and starts running back at the fight. But he had dropped one of his like clubs on the ground right there.
I stand back up and I help. Was it Wraith that got hit?
Yeah.
I help up Wraith Whisper. I'm like, "Where's Jane Tillman?" And I check the manhole and I'm looking to see if she's down there.
Okay.
So, does anybody respond when I ask that question?
We could ask anybody.
I say, I'm here, and I'm still just like staring down at my hands. I'm here.
Oh,
We're like, how did you get Jane's clothes?
I'm Jane. I'm Jane.
Really? You sure?
Yeah.
I'm Jane?
Who's so
You look like me. So
Daggerclaw walked over to the manhole. I reach out to Daggerclaw and like grab his arm and say, "Help me." And when I do that, I start to shift and I turn into Daggerclaw. And you are staring at yourself.
Jane Tillman?
Whoa.
Still Jane. Yes.
Oh, okay.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Let's get to cover.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. And I just in a daze I start following the thing that looks like me.
I yell out Daggerclaw and I toss the club to Daggerclaw. It's just a big like stone club, correct?
It's wood, but yeah.
It's wood, but it's bigger.
Yeah. It's sure for you it is. For Daggerclaw, it's a normal sized club.
It's a big old two-hander. And he's like,
you catch it?
Sure,
like,
I catch
pitches
it
out of the air.
All right, as you catch it up the street behind you, let's say probably 30 or so yards, you see this huge black and red minotaur with like motes of fire for his eyes and flaming fists, and he just bears down on all four. And then you see two smaller pygmy versions of him just riding on his shoulders, and each one of them is holding a chain attached to each horn, and they jump to either side of him so the chains cross, and like as he's bent down, they both start pulling on the chain, and like the horns start to crack and creak and bend inward, and he starts to yell out. And that's like at the end, like up the street a little bit.
Is he like pointed at
What are you
us?
guys doing?
Is
He's
there
pointing
Gotcha.
down the street? Yeah.
I'm looking for an alley.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out of this street.
I repeat.
Will you
get,
take an
get
Alicia?
to cover.
I'm sorry. Yeah, give me a perception challenge roll. Because there's just bodies and flashes of silver and magic just like splashing against itself.
17.
17. You spot one. Let's see if the Minotaur is north. You spot one over kind of westward a little bit, but it looks like just in between you guys and the alleyway, there's like
Some plates.
Oh, cereal.
There's what? Some plates. Yeah. There's a guy just chucking plates at people. He's fighting off like 3 or 4.
And next time I'll beat you with mustard.
Figures.
I
It's this whole cookery gang that's like there's like 3 of them. What you see one person that has a massive ladle and
oh shit! It's Flavor Town.
but there's a fight going on between these 3 cookware wielding creatures, and
They're called serial killers.
And 10 like not quite goblins, they're more like imps, and they're like kind of like jumping over each other and ducking back behind each other, and they're just like fighting each other off, but it's blocking you off from the main alleyway. What are you guys doing?
I go into a full-blown like panic, and like my instincts take over, and all of a sudden I'm down on all 4s with like my longer arms. And you've ever seen Troll Hunters, the goblins in that?
Yes.
I'm just and I'm trying to like weasel my way into this alley with
okay, so you're trying to sneak through this fight.
Yes, I'm just scurrying like almost like a cat, like I'm just
Okay, let's make this because all this chaos is happening kind of at the same time. Let's do fast turns, slow turns for this. So there's this fight going on. Fast turns, I'm gonna let Larry go first. You're just moving through this, right? You're just trying to navigate through this little skirmish that's happening.
Yeah, I'm just trying to use the distraction, and I'm just like doing my very best. I'm low to the ground and just like scurrying through.
Give me an agility challenge roll to not get caught up in it, or not take any.
Natural 20 plus 6.
Ooh. Oh, nice. Yeah, you guys see him like for as sophisticated in his shirt and tie and pant and his slacks that he's wearing and his shoes. He just drops down into this really feral stance, and he skitters through inhumanly beneath, weaving through people's legs, like ducking swings, and no one even notices him as he basically disappears past this little group. Fast turns. Who else is going right now?
Quick question. If you take a slow turn, can you move further, or is that just move plus an action?
You can take an action to move more. Yeah, you can rush is what it's called.
Wait, you can't rush in a fast turn?
I think you can.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. I gotcha.
It triples your speed, essentially.
So is there anybody blocking our pass? There's like 2 or 3 of them?
There's a whole group of people blocking your path. They're in the middle of a fight. 3 of them are using cookware to fight the other 10.
It's good to know some things never change.
Like, I feel like I had deja vu for a second.
I know I did.
But how was the music, Brian? Was it somber?
I want to. I just want to run straight into it, and I'm just like trying to shoulder ram people out of the way.
Okay, give me an athletics or a strength challenge roll rather.
I would like to, while he's doing this, I'm just following him at this point, so I just find the gap and run behind him.
So go ahead and you know what? No.
19.
We'll play that off in a second. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you kind of lean to the side where the smaller imps are, and kind of try to come at an angle so you're like behind them a little bit, and you're able to just like boom, boom. You stomp on one and it splatters, and you're able to just like through, and you're trying to follow through, right, Jane?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, give me an agility challenge roll with 2 boons, as he's like basically cleared the hole for you to run through, and you're just trying to score.
All right. So, well, hang on. I rolled a 5 and a
10.
5, so I rolled an 8. 10.
Plus
Sorry,
your agility.
Did you just say 5 plus 5 is 8?
Well, okay, hang on. The way I did it, I rolled 1d20 plus 2d6 to get the 2 boons, and so it was like okay, I rolled a 5, and then my better score is a 5, and it said equals 8, and I'm like, okay, sure, why not? So I rolled a 10.
Sure, you pour through, and like it's kind of the gap is kind of closing up behind you. Like he's giving you just enough space for you to stick close to him, but you guys make it through to the alley. Ralph, Wraith, and Necros, what are you guys doing?
I'm trying to make it to the alley as well. I'm not trying to get involved in whatever's going on here.
Right. How are you doing it when they're blocking the way?
I think
the hazard that's preventing you guys from walking into the alley.
Yeah, going to
confidently.
Yeah, I just act like I belong there, Brian. Like I just know what I'm doing.
Oh
no,
fake it till you make it, bro.
Give me a will challenge. No. Give me a will challenge roll. If you want to, like I will fully allow you to try this.
No, I was actually just joking. No.
Okay.
Because I was already looking at whatever was going on with Jane. And just because I'm just overwhelmed with kind of what's going on, when they take off, I just start running after them because I'm like, what is going on? So I basically just follow Jane wherever Jane went, or who I think is possibly Jane, maybe Daggerclaw now. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're just gonna follow straight up after them, it's trying to navigate this difficult terrain of people fighting. Give me an agility challenge roll.
Okay.
But again, if you wanted to stroll confidently, like there's no issue in your way, you can make it a will challenge roll.
No, I'm good.
Ooh.
I mean, it probably wouldn't help, but
What is your roll?
Mattered.
Oh, it's a 1. I'm doing the great.
Do you have any positives that you can add to it?
I'm not actually.
Okay, so as you try to follow in Jane's footsteps, the hole closed up pretty much after Jane. So like you have to duck to avoid getting hit in the head by a huge ladle. And as you do, one of the imps that's fighting basically grabs your leg and like grabs one knee, and then another one, because it's almost like these things are like just a swarm. 2 more grab onto like your shoulders, and one's on your head, and it's just like pulling at your hair and scratching and stuff. So you are effectively grappled by these imps.
Okay, Ralph gets really emotionally turned by this because he doesn't want to see him get hurt, and he's a little bit confused about what's really going on. So he just runs into the crowd and tries to check him out of the way so that he's no longer grappled, and like push him through the alleyway, just like body slam him into the alleyway.
Okay.
An attack roll against a teammate. I like
it. Bold maneuver, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Classic.
So you're trying to shoulder charge him and just push him into.
I'm trying to help him.
Push him into more combatants, because that'll help.
No, through the combatants. Through him.
Yeah. That's
we're saying the same. We're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Give me a strength challenge roll.
Right,
And even on a fail, you're gonna make it. Both of you will make it, but you're gonna do some damage to one or both of you.
These are my favorite.
Oh,
nice.
Yes.
I think RP Bot is using a 2-sided 20. It was 20. It's got 2 20s on the die or something, because we've been rolling a lot of 20s.
Speak for yourself.
So yeah, as he's like trying to peel these things off of him, you just take a running start and you're just like clunk, clunk, clunk with your metal body as you boom, perfect shoulder tackle, and slam into him, and you actually smash the heads of one of the imps between the two of you. The other two fly off, and you just push your way into the alley.
Is the imp
Necros,
still
I
alive?
believe.
I casually stroll through the huge gap they just made.
So Necros, give me a will challenge roll.
All right.
As you just like, all right, I'm just gonna walk through with as much confidence as you can muster. And as you walk through, you're like, it's like that scene from Mulan where the grandma has the cricket, and there's like the swing of a huge soup pot just barely misses as you walk by. An imp flies through the air with his claws swiping, and it just barely misses you and like catches like a little bit of the cloth around your head, and like one guy trips and falls in front of you as you just step over him without breaking stride. And it's kind of surreal, and you feel like almost your sheer willpower is helping you just avoid the danger, and you're not sure if it's like if this is luck or if you're actually kind of imposing your will a little bit, but it definitely stands out as something that it feels different than it did from wherever you came from. But you stroll through and you make it to this alleyway.
Can I? Is that injured imp still with me, or is he dead?
Oh, I mean, the body is still with you. The head that got smashed between you two is no longer whole.
It's more on you than with you.
I actually cried a little bit, and I put his headless body in the corner, and I do a little kind of like a little prayer for him.
As you do that, and you can stand up, you turn and face it. You can still see into the street because you guys are just off the side of it, and you and Necros, you see where that big minotaur was about 30-40 yards away. The two smaller versions of him have pulled his horns and bent it, and it has creaked and even cracked a little bit, but the horn tips are almost touching, and in the middle you begin to see lights flicker and this like portal begin to form as this pillar of flame just shoots out into the street, and it just like incinerates the first anybody that's within like 10 yards of it, and flames carry through the street. What's that?
Never touch tips.
And you kind of feel like, oh shit, this is getting real. Like this, as the buildings shake, bodies are sent flying, and there's more and more magic spells that are screaming through the air overhead. Blasts and tendrils and sparks of all different colors of energy and elements are clashing, and now people are screaming, and it's kind of getting that like, this is getting worse. What are you guys doing?
I move further into the alley.
Does the alley look like it leads somewhere, or is it just a dead end?
No, it looks like it kind of twists and winds, and it's like you're not the first ones to come up with the idea of like ducking into an alley. There's other people in this alley. Some are still fighting. You see some are trying to run and take cover, like jumping under heaps of trash. And as you move deeper in, you see these three. They at first glance they look like goblins, but they have like horns coming out of their chins. And they just look to be like curb stomping some like helpless sap, and that's still like whimpering with every hit, but it's just the three of them just like wailing on this guy, and it's just like kind of in the middle of the alley that you guys are coming through. What are you guys doing?
I'm currently hidden.
All right.
Okay, so you just stay in this, you just pick a spot and get under something and wait.
There's a large cardboard box. You snake plissken it.
I'm under the box. Yes.
I grab Ralph and I'm like, Ralph, let's save that guy. Let's charge him.
Yes. I'm in.
All right.
I'm
With-
like, there's
together,
tears coming down because it's such a dark place.
yeah, together we charge these 3 guys to try to knock them off the guy that they're curb stopping.
Okay. You guys are gonna get the jump on them because they don't like wailing into this guy. Both of you give me attack rolls.
Oh gosh.
Is that strength?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a good thing that's my crappiest stat.
Yes, they have pretty low defenses.
Hey!
Oh, wait.
Nice.
Plus, you guys get.
Hey!
I'm sorry, you guys get 2 boons too. They have no idea you're coming at them.
I mean, we still pass.
Yeah,
We
but-
still
Oh,
made
okay.
it. We still made it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you can make it more better with booze.
Wait, no,
Mo
you
better,
don't know
baby.
if you made it because it's an attack roll, so it's against their defense.
It's versus their
Contested.
defense. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, does
Which I
13
just
make
looked-
it?
I just looked. Yeah, 13 makes it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you surprise attack 2 of them?
Ooh.
Oh, well,
I honestly, I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just trying to like give him like the hardest shove I can give. My robotic arms will let me do. Or at
Okay.
least my guy.
How about you, Necros?
I'm like shoulder charge, like a football player, just running in, trying to knock one down.
Okay,
Alright.
yeah, you hit both of them, and they both go flying as they trip over the body that they were just like slamming into. They trip and skid across the ground, and the third guy looks up, and he's got like a dagger in his hand, and he's just like, and then he drops his dagger and just runs, and he like dives through a window in the building, and he just like you hear the glass shatter as he dives inside away from you guys. The other 2, they get up and look at you. And like they see you 2, but then they see the other 3 behind you, and they run off into the alleyway too. And it's just the body laying on the ground.
I proceed to give medical attention to this body on the ground.
Okay. You kind of pick him up. He doesn't look too bad. He's not like dying or anything. He's definitely got some cuts and bumps and bruises, and he just looks like this little human teen. And he's just like, but he does have this like signifying like red armband on his left arm.
Is he an eco-fascist? I ask him, are you an eco-fascist?
He's like, I don't know what that means, but
Okay.
thank you, I appreciate it.
You will be.
And like he just reaches his hand out, like because he's laying down on the ground, like he's reaching for, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I pick him up.
Okay, cool.
I stare at him.
I'm staring at what are you doing, bro? What is this? I pick him up and I'm like, go in peace, young man.
Yeah, he looks at you weirdly and just nods, and then he just disappears into the alley.
I grab the dagger that the one guy dropped.
Okay.
This may come in handy. I stow it in my...
So, what are the 6 of you doing right now?
I'm trying to keep an eye out for any other threats. That's what I'm doing. Is I'm playing the defense game.
Okay, so are you kind of putting your back to
Yeah.
the rest of the group? Kind of like, okay.
I'm
Are
standing
there doors coming
behind.
into this?
I'm standing behind Daggerclaw, doing my best to mimic. Because
Okay.
like, this feels like what I should be
Yeah.
doing.
So there's 2 dagger claws that are just guarding.
I'm standing like uncomfortably close behind you, just like trying to match your posture.
You guys have like a moon landing going on? Are you doing butt to butt or what? Is this?
Oh no! My face is very close to his left ear. I'm very just trying to. I'm trying to be as Daggerclaw as I can right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Are
I
there any
noticed
doors
this.
that lead into this alleyway?
Yeah, there's doors, there's buildings, there's no like open doors that are like, hey, come here, but yeah, you got doors.
There's
Guys,
a window
when are we
smashed
going to
out
a
under
building?
that.
Yeah, there is a window smashed out in one of the buildings.
I turned to the 2 dagger claws. I'm like, why are there 2 of you? What's going on here?
I do.
Which one of you is the real one?
I do not know. Jane Tillman
One
has
of us
performed
is
some
wearing-
trick.
One
Wait,
of us is
that's
wearing
Jane?
One of us is wearing Squire's clothes that are like kind of ripped a little bit because they're on an orc body.
Into them.
Yeah.
Okay, so your clothes don't change.
I
clothes
still
do
have
not
my
change.
big
No,
parka.
okay.
My big parka on.
Yeah. And I go, I'm Jane Tillman. I'm Jane Tillman.
All right, this is weird, but we'll figure it out later.
So does it look like the coast is clear?
I go, it's all weird, man.
Does the coast look clear? Like we have a breather, like a moment to sort of take a relaxation?
I assume the street's still full of fight.
Relaxation.
The street is still full of fighting. This alleyway has cleared up a bit. Some of the fights kind of spill into it, and so like I mean, the situation is still tense and there's still action going on around you. So if you want to
Yeah, we need
just
to make our
drown
way
out the sound and have a moment with each other, I guess you could try to. But there's still stuff going on around.
I say, we should get to cover.
You jerks get in a circle.
And I'm gonna go try to open the door next to the broken window.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we should probably try and get out of this alleyway because it's the only matter of time before they see us.
Ralph tries to take care of the injured. Anyone that's like injured nearby, I'm trying to help them out.
Okay. I mean,
I assume there's a lot of injured are there any injured animals? No, injured animals.
no, there's no injured animals around. I mean, we can check afterwards. I'm sure there'll be plenty.
How many dead puppies are there? Real quick. Give me like it's a rough estimate.
All right, you try the door.
There's just that one bird you called in and snapped its neck.
Try the
That was
door.
a
And
previous
obviously,
life, okay?
Guys, I want to the door.
it's obviously locked.
All right.
I climb through the window, and I'm not concerned about the broken glass because I'm made out of metal. And on the other side, I open the door.
Crunch. All right. Yeah, and it's like it's a really rudimentary, like it's not like a mechanical lock. It's literally just a beam of wood on hooks. That's barring the door. And as soon as you go to lift it, you hear someone yelling from the alleyway. You hear someone's like, "Oh no, it's the pain! The pain is here!" And you hear screaming, as like, into the alleyway. It kind of catches the corner and bounces off in there in this like sickening crunch and thud. It's just this wad of flesh, and it boom slams into it, hits the ground, and as you look, it's that minotaur that you saw earlier, as if something much larger than it has just crunched it up in its clenched fist. And you hear more and more screams, and now the clashing of swords is immediately drowned out by yelling and screaming, and now it's not like fights in the street that you see, but like a wave of bodies just running in one direction as more begin to run into the alleyway as well. What are you guys doing?
Guys, let's go into this house. Let's go into this building right now. I run to the building.
Yeah.
I drag if there's an injured corpse near me or an injured person, I try and drag him into
An injured corpse.
injured corpse. You know what? Even if it's a corpse, I still drag it in.
Just
I
to
have
clarify,
hope, okay?
I think corpse
I have
is
hope.
beyond injured. That's step 2.
You grab. There's the nearest one to you. Well, there's 2 within reach. All right, you have to make a choice. All right. One of them is like this. It's this gnome-sized humanoid with gray skin and long bunny-like ears.
Okay.
And then the other one is just not just, but is actually a blue-skinned, kind of like ram-horned, white-haired body that I think you missed, but you guys actually saw earlier. Daggerclaw, you're holding the club that he dropped.
Oh. I grab the guy with the bunny ears because it's a little bit more grabbable, and I grab him so I can quickly get in there. I
Okay.
drag him by the bunny ears.
Okay.
I can pick him up like.
Like a magic trick?
Like he's the fucking Noid from Domino's, and you snatch him up by his ears and just carry him.
All right.
You stow
yeah,
him in your hat.
you pull him in. And then who's inside? I know Necros is already inside. The other four, do you guys like pour into this?
Yeah, I get, as soon as he
Yeah.
opens the door, I moved in.
I wait
Okay.
until everybody else moves in, and then I go in.
Wait, did you see Larry
I
move
haven't
in?
yet.
No, Larry has been hidden since he came into the alley. You guys have not seen him. He's just
Okay,
hidden.
Larry, you're gonna have to roll an agility challenge roll with like 3 banes to not get trampled as people are running into this thing because you're under a box, right? Just laying under a box.
under a box behind a dumpster. Yeah.
You do it
I'm
the
just
Metal
sitting
Gear
there.
Solid. I like
We don't have any dumpsters in this world.
the whole
That's
thing
fine.
is a
No. I was like, either way, yeah. I'm just
but
under a box.
you're,
just like,
you dove into a pile of trash essentially. But as people are pouring into this alleyway, you're gonna have to roll to not get crushed.
okay. This is to stay hidden, correct?
No,
not
this is
die.
to not
Might
get
be our-
crushed. It doesn't. They don't care if they see you. No one's looking for you. There is
This
a
is
wave
a
of
roll
bodies
new character.
charging into the alleyway.
Hey man, don't worry about it. You will remain
You say
hidden one way or
three.
the other.
You say 3d6.
Yeah, 3 banes.
So this might be our first player kill.
Well, hang on. No, hang on. He rolled a 10 minus 4.
Yeah, -4. It's a 6, so I failed either way.
Okay.
how bad is this?
So I'm gonna roll
No,
2d6.
boy,
That's how many
2d6. This could
That's-
be.
No, that's how much damage of trampling
This
that
could be potential
happens.
death.
It's 1 damage per foot.
It's 1 damage per foot.
So I feel like
Boyd,
Dagger,
I
you're
love
the
your
last one
character,
to see
Boyd.
this. You, Daggerclaw, at least you saw where Larry
Yeah.
was hiding. And you look over and you see his, like, the box where he was. But this cartoonish wave of bodies runs by and starts charging into the alleyway, and this box gets absolutely
I just
stomped
imagine I
and
see this
crushed.
like wave of people running by. It's this incredible throng of people, and I just see Larry's body going back and forth over the top of the crowd.
Oh no!
I was thinking it was going to be more like there was a box, and then the crowd went by, and then there was flat
There's
cardboard and a puddle.
Do I see that? Do we see his body or anything, or what do we
was
see?
the only
Yeah.
one who saw it because
I
he
waited.
waited, and everyone else rushed in.
Does the alley clear at all, or is it
Larry,
still just
what's
like
the help?
hell? Does the
Wait, what'd
alley
you say?
clear at all, or is it still just like crazy?
So the alley is starting to clear, and one of the stragglers is actually one of the angelic. It's like this very paladin, holy warrior type
Mhm.
armor, and with wings sprouting out and like eyes that are made of pure light. And you see it from the alleyway, from the street. He's like backing up with his hands in complete fear. Body language is just terrified as this invisible force just scoops him up and just crushes his body, and then just drops it there.
Yuck. I look at Larry O'Houlihan's body and I make
Do
a
you
dash
retrieve it?
for it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, at this point, the alley is kind of cleared out. It is somehow way more disheveled and chaotic than it was before you guys got to it because of this, but the body's still there and you can grab it. What, Larry, what was your
I have
health?
an 11. Sorry, Larry.
Larry.
My health is an 8.
I'm sorry. Was.
You peel Larry's body off the ground.
Ah.
It's like a snow shovel and Uncle Buck when he's making the pancakes.
You just pick my backpack up and it's like
just like dangles.
like a marionette.
Oh god! It's like a soggy marionette. Yeah.
in a nice suit.
Yeah.
All right, and you pull him. Or I'm sorry. What do you do with him?
Scoop him up, and then I make a dash back to the doorway that we were at, and I run in there, and I hold him, I cradle him, and I'm like, Larry O'Houlihan is dead. I say that to everybody.
As he says that,
stand
my head rolls over, and my long tongue just rolls out.
Your eyes are
I'm like, Ralph, save him.
I walk up. I do like 2 presses of CPR, and I'm like, he was too
there's
good.
no resistance from my ribs because they're already crushed.
You're just making a mess.
It's like pushing on a water balloon.
Oh Jesus!
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like wipe my hands off, and I'm like, I think he's dead too.
That's rough.
So, as he's trying to resuscitate Larry's mushy corpse, the other figure that you had pulled from the alleyway begins taking breaths. And it's just like as if they had just woken up. And she sits up as she begins to regain consciousness and rub her eyes. Obviously, she's like bleeding from the skull. Looks like she took like some type of blunt force trauma to the back of the head and was just knocked out there.
I go. Is this the rabbit ear person?
Yes.
Girl.
Yes.
I go up to rabbit ears. I'm like, is it you, Larry? And I
What
look
the
in his
fuck?
eyes. I'm like, Larry.
She says,
Did you reincarnate?
She says, "Who the hell's Larry? My name's Cassia."
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're alive. Okay. Cool.
Where am I? Who are you people?
I don't know. It was there's a big thing that's killing everybody outside, and you're not dead.
Two things we know.
Larry, 2 things we know. Larry is dead, and you are not dead.
Yeah.
You said she's like, wait. You said a big thing, killing everything, killing everyone. What did it look like?
Oh, I don't know.
I
I
cannot describe
It
its
sounded
form.
like the pain.
Yes.
As you say that, her eyes go wide, and she's like, "The pain was here," and then she runs up and just like slams the door shut. And she's like, "We gotta hide out. We gotta hide out for a little bit. Everybody, stay
I watched
quiet."
this pain figure.
I don't think that worked for Larry.
I say that I watched this pain crush one of those angels, just seemingly out of nowhere. There was no form. It just became crushed.
Yeah, that's what the pain does.
Crushes them.
Well,
Well, while you do that, do we have dirt? Does this place have dirt floors?
No, they're hardwood. They're actually like
Rich mahogany.
I
very
feel
important house.
I feel a connection to.
I start looking for a chest of some sort in this room. Do I find one?
You trying to make me a coffin?
Our boy deserves a proper
I,
burial. Okay.
give me a perception challenge roll.
while he's doing that, I'm asking
Is that
Cassia,
Yeah.
is it safe to stay here? Should we keep moving?
She's like,
We can move to higher ground. This
no,
building has more floors.
No, it's you can if you want. Most of these buildings that aren't the temples are abandoned anyways. It's mostly just squatters. What'd you roll?
No, I got an
Sure.
8.
Yeah.
You find
Like,
one
no,
trash
it's
bag.
just like, no, I'm planning on we can probably hide out here till things die down. And I can head out later. What are you? And she's pointing at Ralph.
Oh, I'm still trying to figure that out myself.
Oh, well, aren't we all? Anyways, she tosses you a coin. And she's like, thank you. I appreciate it. And the coin doesn't look like any real type of currency. It's a wooden nickel, but it has a what's it called? A top hat engraved on it.
Oh,
Ooh, I like that. I was like, I don't know what this means, but thank you. I'm just glad you're not dead. But you know.
She's like, so what outfit are you guys with?
Apparently, we're with the top hats, and I'm sure the coin you just gave me.
She's like, no, that's the symbol of the strappers.
Oh, okay.
At the moment, I don't know if
stick it in my
we're
pocket.
associated with any groups here. We all found ourselves at the bottom of the sewer. This place is very new to us.
Wait, what? You just got here?
Yes,
Yep.
just a few hours ago.
Oh, wow, you guys are fresh. And this was your first day? Whew.
Yep.
What is
Well, wait, while she's talking, I'm trying to perform burial rites on our friend Larry, and I'm like gathering little stones to make him a little headpiece.
bury him?
Well-
Oh, okay.
No, just like I'm gonna lay him in the corner of the room, but I'm gonna try and make it nice.
before we can go further with this, Cassia, Jane Tillman, what is this that you're doing? What is this trick? I need you to stop it.
Wish I knew how to stop it.
And I tap him
was-
with my iron rod.
Yeah. I shudder and I turn back into the black wooden figure. And I'll look down at my hands again, and then I go, okay, this is fine. Everything's fine. And then I go over to Larry, and like I try to do it sneakily, but everyone can see me, and I go and just like touch Larry, and then nothing happens.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, okay, and I shake my hand to get the blood off of it. I go, all right, and I just kind of freeze up and stare at my hands again.
What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this is. I'm Jane.
That's blood. It's blood on your hands. That's what that is.
Yeah, no, I know what that is, and I guess that was Larry. I don't know. I don't know what this is. And now I reach out and I just like reach a hand out towards Ralph.
Oh. I kind of freak out, and then I grab his hand and I put it close to my chest.
Oh,
Her hand.
Have a little moment.
It's more of an its hand, but yeah. Yeah. And then as you look at me, you are looking into your own eyes. I shift into a clockwork that looks exactly like Ralph.
Is this what I look like? Oh.
Yes, you're quite quite hideous.
I'm no more of a fan of it than you are.
You picked a poor person to change into. I'm not. You made a bad choice there, but
I didn't choose it. I just All right, I'm this now.
Think
okay,
about
I'm
it,
this
Ralph. Now you have
I'm
an
a Ralph.
alibi.
Ooh. Actually, no. Jane's probably gonna get me in trouble. Okay, but that's all right. That's all right.
I'm Ralph. I'm Ralph Tillman. I'm Ralph Tillman.
Okay.
I just keep repeating that to myself and wandering around the
All
room.
right.
That's
I give Ralph Tillman a little pat in the back because I realize she's got some screws loose, probably literally, but
Hey!
hey.
I run out into traffic.
Oh no.
you run out in front of Payne.
I run outside. Bane, where are you?
Cassie, you mentioned.
Do we hear anything else coming from outside?
No, it's pretty. It's calmed down. And it's like eerily calm outside and quiet.
Eerily. Ooh. I'm gonna peek my head out the window.
Yeah.
Do I see anything?
For the first time, you kind of see the sky, and it's not like a cloudy blue sky, or no, it's not even the nighttime that you expected when you thought you saw moonlight from the sewer grates from underneath. But at this point, it's just cloud covered, and there's this light drizzle falling. And even though there's no moonlight, there's still this there's no moon in the sky. There's just this like eerie glow coming from the clouds that kind of lights everything.
Does it feel peaceful or does it feel ominous?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. It's ominously peaceful.
Guys, I think I'm going to go get some more survivors and see if we can help some people. And I start heading towards the door. Does anyone stop me?
I would advise it. I would advise against that. Cassia has.
Yeah, we don't know enough about.
Yeah, Cassia has expressed that really the outdoors are dangerous, at least for the time.
I mean, it looks like they're gone, dude. I think the creepy dude's gone. I don't see anybody out there.
The appearance of peace.
Is Cassia still with us?
Yeah, she's there, and she's like, you guys could do whatever you want. I'm going to lay low here. I'm probably going to find somewhere to bunker down and sleep for the night. If I don't see you again, and she's talking to Ralph, she's like, if I don't see you again, come by the strappers. We might be able to use someone like you guys. And she's like, just show him that coin. And then,
thank you, Cassia.
Like, she just slinks away.
Well, I tell Ralph.
I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna open the door.
Okay, he's already gone.
I open the door. I poke my head out. Do I see anybody like injured or anybody like in pain? What about that guy I passed over?
You see dead people.
Oh. I just sit down in the doorway and I'm just like really sad. I'm just out.
So Cassia left?
Yeah.
Well, she mentioned that there are multiple outfits, so perhaps there are different groups here and some are stronger than others. Maybe we should seek out the strongest group and see if we can join them.
And I overhear it and I said, and do what? Just kill other people?
Survive for the moment.
Survive.
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 And also find a spaceport so I can get back to a ship. Leave this planet.
I don't know what.
You know what? I actually get excited because I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but if it involves getting out of here, I kind of like that plan.
I say we're in.
Yes, Ralph. Ralph agrees with Ralph. Ralph.
Yeah.
What's a spaceport?
You know, it's where ships land and take off from planets.
You mean like a seaport, like sailing ships?
No, he specifically said a different kind of port.
Well, I mean, like maybe it's just a different name for it.
Any port in a storm.
I guess you'll see it when we find one.
So do you guys just kind of like hole up here and bunker down?
I feel like we should go to the strappers, right?
Well,
I mean, it seems like we may have a
yeah,
friend
we
there
might
at
have a
least.
connection.
We can go give them medical attention. That's what we do, right? And I nod at Ralph.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly. This guy, he gets it.
Yeah. I get it.
And I stand beside my other Ralph, and I'm like, see, he gets
Let's
it. He gets
let's take a tour of this building. There might be a roof that we can look and see the lay of the land.
That's good.
All right,
Yeah.
good call. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. Let's do that.
Okay.
Oh, so that you get head
Yeah,
up?
try to
basically?
make our way up to the top of the roof. If there's a window, or if we can go all the way to
Sure.
the top, that's what I'm trying to do, to sort of
Yeah.
look out and see what we're in.
Okay, so yeah, it's like an abandoned old, let's say like pseudo Victorian style house, and you're able to make your way up, and there's like a balcony that you can reach. That's pretty high. It's like on the third story at least. And as you kind of look out and survey the land, it's the city itself is sprawling. And immediately around you, you can see the peaks and steeples and roofs of various what look like temples and religious buildings around you. You can see just tons of dead bodies and broken things in the street that you were just in. And as you look down the street and as far away as you can, you notice that the city itself, you can see it kind of curve upward in every direction. It's not just like looking down the street as far as the eye can see. You can literally see buildings curve up, and they kind of disappear behind the immediate clouds that are above
So
you.
it's like we're in a
Concave
valley.
Earth.
Little bit,
pit,
yeah.
a pit,
Yeah.
if you will.
Ooh.
It's like a giant bowl, basically, right? Like it's
Sure.
It's completely round. Like it's all the proportions are the same.
Yeah.
Interesting landscape.
Well,
We,
is there a direction where it seems like there's less of this city, or is it just like urbanized everywhere?
It's just
do
urban
we see
everywhere.
any type of sigils or markings?
On what?
Buildings, like maybe there's like stuff painted on the side of a building, or a flag, or some type of marking to indicate territories.
Most of the flags you see were attached to the poles that were in the street and have just been dropped and discarded. But you don't see any outward markings that would denote like some type of faction or anything like that.
There's not like a neon sign with a flashing down arrow that says
No,
quest
no.
worker here.
No, nothing like that.
I turn to other Ralph and I say, "Didn't Rabbiter Lady give you directions? She gave us directions, right?"
Ooh, she
Where'd it
said
go?
zappers. I don't know what that means. Did she say anything else? I don't remember her saying
She
anything
said
else.
find the
Yeah,
strappers.
she didn't give
Oh,
us
Strappers.
she didn't give us any directions or anything like that. Just a name, but maybe that's enough.
Maybe that is. Do I see any, as I look out, do I see any green? Like, are there any parks? Is there any, like, grass? Anything?
In this part of the town, yeah, there's like small sections that are like sectioned off that would be like a city park or something, or especially around some of the temples. There's some shrubbery and like greenery and stuff,
Oh.
but there's
I'd
no
say,
like.
guys, I think we should
don't
go to the
see-
park.
I was gonna say you don't see like natural like trees or growth or anything. It's all very landscaped or whatever.
Uh,
A lot of medians.
Yeah.
So what kind of outfit was Cassia wearing?
She had honestly, it was just kind of like leather armor. but I guess the thing that stood out the most was she did have like leather armor, but like a suspenders. It was like nice leather, like almost like custom made suspenders. But that was the most notable thing about her outfit.
So I'm like, guys, let's see if we can find someone wearing a similar outfit that might also be part of the strappers. We can show them the coin and get directions.
That sounds like a good plan.
I like that. I guess, do we just walk out?
Too.
Do we just walk out of the alleyway, guys? Does it look clear from here? Does it look like there's any fighting left?
I don't hear anything, but we should still be cautious.
The appearance of peace is no reason to abandon caution.
I mean, or the fact that people aren't actively killing each other probably means it's a good time to go out.
I mean, it could be an indicator. It could be.
How do we know if we don't wake up, we
that.
nap, and then everyone's like, "Oh, it's a new day. Let's start killing again." I don't know. It feels like that's what these guys like doing, anyways. I don't know. This is just me. I'm thinking out loud here. But
how much time has passed since we all woke up in our sewer puddle?
How many Vargas are we at?
I mean, it's been like maybe an hour or two.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right. It seemed like longer. Worse hell, y'all.
It's a pretty
2
shitty
hours
place, y'all.
and Boyd couldn't even make
You
it.
know what? Actually, why don't we take a nap, and maybe when we wake up, we will not be here.
We're gonna take it now.
That sounds like.
Why aren't we trying to find the
That sounds like
strappers?
wishful thinking.
I mean, yes, I'm full of it. It'll be great.
Let's carefully, comb the streets for survivors, and maybe we'll find someone that looks like a strapper. But we have to stick together. We have to be very cautious.
All right, I'm down.
We
I like this.
We don't know what else is out there.
I like
Let's
it.
also
Let's do
pay
it.
our respects to
All right.
our fallen comrade Larry O'Houlihan.
Ah, yes.
Thank you, Ralph, for honoring him.
Oh, of course. It was only right thing to
so-
do.
We were glad to do it.
Now what happens when you die in hell? I don't know what happens to you. So hopefully he's in a better place.
Larry
he is.
knows.
I make my way back down to where Larry O'Houlihan is buried, and
He's
Propped up.
just
Wait,
rotting in a corner.
I was gonna say, Boyd, is the body there?
Oh.
Ooh.
Just his clothes and his belongings.
He's a fucking Jedi.
He'll become more powerful than we could possibly imagine.
I knew he looked familiar. It was Yoda.
All right, you guys come back down, and his clothes and belongings are in the little burial mound.
He Obi-Wan'd us.
And that's where we're gonna end the
come on,
episode.
come on. Let me do one thing of a speech.
God, thank you for ending
Would
the
you
episode.
still give the speech if you didn't find the body?
I was gonna say, Larry O'Houlihan, I didn't know you, but you ran away from a fight and died. And that's all I was gonna say.
That's less of a speech, more a series of statements.
So was that your respects, or was that just leading up to it?
I named every deed I've witnessed of the man.
I don't think you understand the word respects.
That was the best you could come up with. Those are your greatest deeds.
That's funny.
All right. I think we have some people to give shout out to.
Sure do.
Heck yeah, we do. I'm getting my list in order.
Oh yeah, the list of what?
Peace, Larry.
The list of patrons that we need to thank,
Oh,
right?
the patrons.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because Patreon keeps fucking over my list options, and it's really weird. Anyway,
Yeah, fuck Patreon. I mean, please subscribe to Patreon.
yeah. Anyway, we would like to give a huge shout out to the following patrons: Amber Cardwell, Casey Smith, Cheryl Maplefish, Chris Freeland, James Trevor Hurt, Junior McBabyface. That's a new one. Welcome. Kayla Light, Kevin McDermott, Max Ciccolini, Morning Dew Dice Bags, Tarkin Davis, and Zofar Petty. Thank you guys for your continued support. And
thanks, guys.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
yes,
Very much.
thank you so much. And if you'd like to join the ranks for our patrons, go to patreon.barnesandnobles.com. $2 gets you into the Discord server. You can talk to us and other patrons, and just come hang out. And it's a fun time. So yeah, thank you guys, everybody, for your support.
Thank you.
If you're a patron, pitch me an idea for a new character. You can go ahead and send those through any of our social medias, or if you're in our Discord channel, just hit me up.
I'm so sad, Boyd. You poured your
I
heart into that
know.
character
It was.
too.
I was so looking forward to that character.
I feel like Boyd slightly got gypped. Because, like, on the one hand, he didn't move, but it was clear that he thought he was behind a structure like a dumpster or whatever. And once he found that he wasn't, it was just kind of over. He wasn't given the opportunity
The
to act
DM
differently.
giveth, and the DM taketh away.
I mean, this is life in the shadow of the Demon Lord.
Dude, Larry made a decision. He was scared and he stayed to hide, and it cost him his life. I mean, there's nothing to be done. That's his fault.
Oh man, poor Larry.
We can talk about what you want to do with Larry, or if you want to continue with Larry or whatever. We can make it. We can go with whatever direction you want to go with it.
Now his brother Gary.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight, and hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. We enjoyed making it.
Yeah, and please send us hate mail.
Please.
It's my favorite mail.
And for our patrons, we'll see you over in Discord.
All right.
Adios.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye.